Well, I chose this first image because we were supposed to choose one that showed something that we were not pleased with, and I'm just not a big fan of this drawing in general. I loved the original one that we looked at in the art museum, and this was the sketch that we were to tell a story about what was happening in the picture before and after. And I realized that my I just don't care for this image because it doesn't do the actual artwork justice, in my opinion, and in fact, it really has a little in common with the original piece. And I just felt like there's so much more time that could be poured into making this good, and I didn't. Like, I was fascinated just by the hand in the original painting. The hand was just so beautiful, and the light and everything about it. There's so much more to it than I scribbled down quickly in a few minutes at the art museum. So that that's why I chose this image as representative of something that had a lot of potential, and the original is awesome, but I can relate to those, third, fourth, fifth grade students who have the reality factor come into their artwork and they think, I don't even want to try if I can't make it as good as the original. So maybe that was a good learning point for me to see that realistically, our artwork doesn't always reflect what we want it to, and we can't capture that beauty that our eye sees. And but it's still worth trying, and it's still worth celebrating and improving and trying. And yeah, and there are other pieces that my computer just fell asleep. There are other pieces that um, in my sketchbook that I do like. So I feel kind of negative talking about this one first, but live and learn. I chose this painting as something that represents my style uniquely because I just love the colors, and um, I think it has a lot to do with my style because um, I love I love the colors, the rainbowness. It's almost like it reflects my indecisiveness because instead of choosing just a few colors as a theme to paint the Eiffel Tower, I went with all of the above and just incorporated all of them. So I guess that could be considered a unique part of my style, is including lots of different colors. And also, I think my favorite part of it is that it was inspired by Van Gogh and his Starry, Starry Night, and it's not finished actually. I want to include more swirls and stuff, but it's a work in progress, and like many things in my life, I start things and then I don't always finish them. So we'll see if this ever changes. Um, but for right now, one of my other favorite parts is the colors, and how like the red in the top right corner, the red and the blue kind of look like rain, and they're like streaking down, and I like how those lines remind me of like rain on pavement streaking chalk or something. And then I also like how it has almost like a horizontal component as well, as it goes across horizontally where the green and yellow swirl is, and then the purples are more vertical lines, and I just like that. And um, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I chose this image for the last one because watercolor is new to me, and so I think that's the cool part about the growth that I experienced this semester, was learning, hey, this is something that's really fun, and it changes. It's just a different medium that I don't have any real experience with aside from when I was little. I can remember my mom loved just letting us get out watercolors and have a heyday and just paint like crazy. But I haven't done that, and I just thought that this was a great center for me to rediscover and re fall in love with watercolors. And so that is where the growth I see occurring is. and just opening my eyes to a different medium, and I want to explore it more. I think the cool thing was realizing that there's like special tools that you can use. Like the paper that we used for the center for this watercolor part was special watercolor paper that I didn't even know existed. So that was fun. And then one thing that I would change about it is I'm just not crazy about I don't know, the actual picture itself. I would have preferred to do something that was a little more I don't know. It's fun, but it's also not me. It's like not an original thing. It's just me copying something else. And it's one thing to copy something that you like, but this was copying something that I didn't really care about. So it's a good launch pad and a good starting point to explore more of watercolors. Maybe this summer, when I have more time, I would love to do that and just enjoy learning a new medium and exploring the world of watercolor. So this was a great growth opportunity for me in that center to try something new.